The biggest problem we have in society, and it doesn't matter which way you look, is the loss of care. Now, I know a lot of people out here may think, well, what would that have to do with the biggest problems? I mean, the mainstream media lies to us on a regular basis. Our government lies to us on a regular basis. Pretty much all news that you get off your television set is completely fake. That's right, lies and fakeness. Let's see, what else do we have? Our divorce rates through the roof. People are dumping on each other on a regular basis on every job site around. You go onto a job site and somebody else always has to throw somebody else under the bus, walk over the top of whoever you can walk over, don't care how we treat them, to get ourselves to the top, to get ourselves in a position. People get positions, their heads swell up, they think they're something they're not, and they treat everybody below them like dirt. And the list goes on and on and on. We have all these false flags going on, fake news, more fake news. Sports is contrived, lies, manipulations used to divide the people, and that's exactly what it's for. And sports has done a wonderful job of dividing the people. You want to think that sports is entertainment. Well, if it was such entertainment, you wouldn't have fans rioting, beating the hell out of each other because their team lost. In life, you have winners and you have losers. And losers are adults who don't take it personally and get mad and go to violence with another human being. Let's see, we promote violence in society through wrestling and through boxing. We make beating the hell out of each other into entertainment. So entertainment's become beating the living fuck out of one another in a ring with boxing gloves on, or going into scripted wrestling where you push violence even more. Your movies are absolutely 100% loaded with violence. But you don't see where I say the biggest problem we have in society is the lack of care. Let me give you some more examples. You have a parent who gets old, they get up in age, they lose their equilibrium, they're not able to walk the way they used to walk, and they fall down a lot. Because we all get old. None of us stay young. And the older you get, everybody ends up with disabilities. We have a society full of GMO foods, poisons that we're shoving in our body, and big pharma helping that along. We have a medical industry that's not about care, that's not about helping people, that's about money, that follow the orders. Doctors go to school for years and learn exactly what they're taught to learn and nothing more. Cancer's been nothing but a big population reduction program, a eugenics program, brought onto you by the very people that are controlling you. They lie to you on a regular basis and tell you they're researching to find a cure for cancer when they already had the cure for cancer for neons, and they know what causes cancer. The main cause of cancer is because you're missing the minerals and the vitamins in your bodies for your health system to be strong, for your immune system to be strong. Because if you had a healthy, strong immune system, you would never get cancer. Because your immune system would kill it off. But your immune system is unable to stop cancer because your immune system is weak. Why is your immune system weak? Thanks to hospitals, doctors, big pharma, and the foods you're eating. You're missing the vitamins and minerals you're supposed to have in your body. But most people won't look far enough to even see that. Y'all know your politicians lie to you on a regular basis, and you still go vote for a liar. Then you get mad when they lie to you. Now, I think I've given you a whole bunch of examples already, but let's just give you another example. You have a parent who got old, lost their equilibrium, falls down all the time, they break bones. When they break the bones, they wind up in the hospital, their bones get fixed, they wind up in a nursing home for rehab, and then they get out and go home, and eventually fall down and break another bone. They wind up in the hospital again, They wind up in the nursing home for rehab again, and their insurance maxes out. Because insurance has a limit if you're in the United States, that's right. Now, the insurance maxed out, the hospital don't care. They'll put you out because they're not getting their money. If you're in a nursing home, the first thing they will do when your insurance maxes out is tell you that your insurance maxed out. And if your family hasn't got brains enough to figure out that if your insurance maxed out to get their parent out of that nursing home immediately, the nursing home will do paperwork, file with the government, take your Social Security from you, take your home from you, sell your home, sell your vehicle, sell your furniture, all for their own selfish interest. Now that parent's trapped where they don't want to be because we're in a world full of people who don't care. The only reason all of the fake news goes on, the false flags goes on, the wars goes on, and all of this corruption is going on is because people have lost their ability to care about other people. Because if you cared, you would stand together to stop corruption. But you're not going to stand together to stop corruption because you're all divided. Because division's been the biggest tool they've used for the last 100 years on people, and they've successfully done it. Through sports, that's right, I just told you all about sports, didn't I? That's right, through the workplace, the mentality of one up one another. Through genders, as we divided the genders. Through races, as we divide you by your race. So you're all divided up like the men and women's bathroom. You get people who look at somebody else's skin color, and that skin color is a reason to attack them. That's division. You fell for the propaganda, you fell for the lies, because that's all you've been fed your whole life. And for most people, they can't see that they've been lied to their whole life, or they think there's nothing wrong with it. Or they think there's nothing wrong with what's going on and this is norm. There's nothing normal about society. There's nothing normal about the division. There's nothing normal about what's going on at all. The only thing you have managed to do is allow history to replay itself over and over and over. You call yourself human beings who progress with society and technology and get smarter and get this and get that. No, you don't. You didn't progress at all. Let's look at the reality of your progression. Okay? Because you're not from the 50s. You're not from the 60s. That's right. You're smarter than that now. Really? So you're smarter than the people was in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, right? Well, let's see how smart you are. You got your smartphone in your hand, in your face, walking down the street, playing freaking some damn video game and walk out in front of a car because you're so smart. You're so smart you get together to have a conversation and you're all texting each other. People are afraid to meet each other in face to face now. They would rather write to each other. They would rather type to each other than the freaking talk face to face. Neighbors don't even know neighbors no more. The majority of people don't even know who their neighbors are. You can live in an apartment building and not know who your neighbors are just because you're all divided that bad. You know, it's come to the point in society where everybody is, there's your technology for you. You're stuck in a video game. You're stuck with a smartphone in your face. You won't call somebody, you'd rather text them, right? Even though you could say what you had to say quicker than you could ever type it out. I don't care how fast the typing you are, you can still speak it out your mouth faster than you can type it. See the complete loss of care. Have you looked in the nursing homes at all the people that are in there that family members don't even come and see them? That's right, family members don't even come and see them. Look at the way people treat each other on a regular basis in today's society and tell me you care. Because you don't. You don't care what goes on in the political arena because you don't care about political or you don't care about anything. I'm going to leave religion out of this because religion's been used for division. You have a right to your own belief and your own faith, yes. But that's all the further I'm going with religion. But as far as the political one, and none of you want to know anything about, you don't give a shit about politics, right? You don't care about your stock market. You don't care about politics at all. But yet it's the politics, the political end of the arena that's making the laws that's enslaving your ass. These are the parasites that are starting the wars, making the laws. They're responsible for your fake news. They're responsible for your military-industrial complex. With your mentality that you have to fight one another. That's been promoted your whole life and put in your face through Hollywood and the movies and, like I said, in the boxing and the wrestling to promote violence onto one another. And it's worked wonders, hasn't it? So when you say the human beings progress and get smarter, you actually got dumber. You're moving backwards, not forwards. You're moving backwards. Now the people from the 50s are smarter than the people from 2018. They had more intelligence. The people from the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s actually had more intelligence. Why? They cared. Look at the divorce rate around you and look at the couple from back in them days that got married young and grew old together and died together. Look at the reality. They cared. See, back 100 years ago, your political end of the arena could have never gotten by with the stuff they're getting by with now. Because the people would have rose up against them. The last president in this country to ever actually have an impeachment brought against him was Nixon. Because he still had a little bit of care left. Where people stood up for themselves. But you don't have that in 2018, do you? There is no such thing as standing up for yourselves because you don't care. Because you don't care. You come up online and you think it's cool being a troll. A troll. So in other words, what you're doing is you're going around and attacking people for no reason other than it's all a game to you. So it's fun to do unto somebody else that you wouldn't want done unto yourself. Because you don't have one lick of sense of common sense in your head left to tell you, treat others the way you want to be treated yourselves. None of you want to be treated the way you're treating others, but you all think it's a game to treat somebody else that way. Look at our system of bullies, our school system. Bullying's become acceptable. What's a norm? You tell the victim that you bully to man up or to woman up. Then you keep abusing that person, or mentally, emotionally abusing that person over and over and over. When that person loses their mind and stands up for themselves, you call them a monster. But yet you're the one that created that monster. But you're not smart enough to figure that out, are you? Now you wonder why I brought up the name I did for this video? Because if you had care, all of the things I just talked about would go away. You wouldn't tolerate or put up with fake and phony news daily, every day out of your television set. You wouldn't tolerate false flags and BS. You wouldn't be on a job site throwing each other underneath the bus for your next promotion or raise. You wouldn't go to an arena and watch sports and get so angry that your team lost that you attack some fan who's there for their team that's not your team. You attack them with violence just because your team lost a damn game. And they like the other team. This is your mentality. This is the mentality of today's society. The only thing I can tell you is this. When you get care back, the bullying stops. When you get care back, You'll stand up against corrupt media and the lies. You'll stand up to your school system who's lying to you on a regular basis because their daddy, their government told them to. And most of all, you'll stand up to your politicians and you'll take them out of office and put a stop to them. You won't allow a private entity to come into your land, take over your government, the monetary system, the root of all evil, money. You can't buy happiness. You can't buy care. Happiness and care is more important than money's ever been. Because through care, people work together for survival. See, the people from the 40s and the 50s couldn't be smarter than the people from 2017 and 18 if the people in 2017 had actually progressed. But you didn't progress. You've been manipulated and lied to one more time that you progressed when you actually went backwards. You've went so far back that you're almost back to the caveman days with your mentality and thinking. The caveman days with technology from 2017 in your hands is what you have. Because you have never progressed. You've been divided. You've been lied to on purpose, deliberately, from all races, straight across the board. This side's told this lie, and that side's told that lie. That makes them two sides fight one another. So the Mexicans are fighting the whites over the lies. The black are fighting the whites over the lies. The black are fighting the Asians over the lies. And on and on and on it goes. As the lies divided us all and caused us all to fight each other because none of us had time to look into anything, right? Because we were all so busy with our fluff and stuff that we couldn't look into a damn thing. Then you wonder why the world's in the shape it's in. You either revive care and start caring for people as much as you care for yourself, or you can watch men kill each other off in stupidity, in dumbness. You can watch the self-destructions of yourselves through ignorance, dumbness, and stupidity. Because at this point in time, evil has won. NWO has been here for years, New World Order. You're not fighting to stop a New World Order. You never have been. New World Order was officially here when they opened the United Nations. That's when it became official. And meanwhile, you've been lied to, manipulated, fooled, and you haven't figured out that it takes care. It takes each other, caring about each other as much as we care about ourselves. Men, women, Asians, that's right, Mexicans, Russians, Chinese, Muslims, that's right, straight across the board. When you can get care back and start caring about each other and looking out for each other, then, and only then, could we work together to stop the corruption and to take the people that have allowed greed and power to control their lives because they're psychopaths who want to control your life and dictate you and who don't care about your life. Only then, through care, could we stop anything. But as long as none of you care, then obviously you want to live in a world with no care. So you can watch the self-destructions of your own self and wonder what happened, huh?